Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to July 28th, 2026 meeting of the town of Ossining. Join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Councilmember Manicchio.
Here.
Councilmember Philatawio.
Here.
Councilmember Wines.
Present.
Supervisor Myers absent today. Supervisor Feldman.
Present.
Thank you. Departmental report. Tonight we have the Senior Nutrition Manager, Patricia Berresueta. Please, if you can come up.
Good evening, everybody.
Evening.
My name is Patricia Berresueta. I am the site manager of the Senior Center, and I'm going to present the reports. I'm happy to say everything is going well at the Senior Center. We are continuing with the Are You Okay phone calls every day. We serve lunch 12 o'clock Monday to Friday. We have Mondays bingo. We take seniors to shopping on Wednesdays to ShopRite. Thursdays, we have line dancing. And last month, in June 27, we took seniors to the Saxon Woods Park. They enjoyed that, was fun. They enjoyed the food, the music. They liked that. And we took them to the Ryder Park and July 8, same thing. They love the trips and they already asking for another one. So we are waiting for the next one. And I also let you know the classes, the chair yoga and the classes Stay Strong will begin in September because we don't have a space now. So we stopped those classes for these
Because
days.
of the camps.
Yeah, we have the camps. So it's not space in the building. We're going to continue because the seniors like those classes. They are maintain active and healthy with these classes. So we're looking forward to continue with those classes. And for now, that's it. Thank you for support our program and our department. And if you have any questions.
Wish you good luck on your job. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Hope you're enjoying your new title.
Yes, I am. I like my job. Thank you.
I know that you've been with the department 10 years and you really love our seniors. So I'm glad you were able to.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you, Patricia. Supervisor and town board announcements.
Okay. Ossining River Jam concert series continues this Friday with another great evening of live music on the waterfront. Your performer is KJ Denher, local legend performing her signature style of urban folk and jazz. Food trucks begin serving at 5 p.m. and the concert starts at 7 p.m. Hope you join us for another River Jam. Lewis Ingalls Spray Park remains open 7 days a week from noon until 7 p.m. all the way through Labor Day. Remember that Wednesday, the park is reserved for our summer camp until 3 p.m., after which it opens to the public. During periods of extreme heat, the town may extend the hours starting at 11 and closing at 8. Any changes will be announced on the town website and the town Facebook. Residents visiting the John Paul Rodriguez Operations Center at 101 Route 9A are reminded that the building is secured daily at 3:30 p.m. If you need to visit the building department between 3:30 and 4:30, appointments are available by contacting the building department in advance at 914-762-8419. Ossining Havistraw Ferry is offering hourly weekend service on the Saturdays and Sundays through October 31st. Wednesday, July 29th, the Ossining Public Library will host Voices of Hudson Valley's indigenous people, beginning at 7 p.m. Local historian Jean Klurfeld will discuss the history and culture of the Lenape people. Good things about that program. Westchester Collaborative Theater Music in the Box program continues with the Alexis Cole Trio on Saturday, August 1st, starting at 7:30 p.m. For more information or to get tickets, visit wcttheater.org. This year's National Night Out is scheduled for Tuesday, August 4th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Ossining High School. Community event will allow you to meet folks from the department, fire department, and Ossining Volunteer Ambulance. This free event will have burgers, hot dogs, fun activities, including face painting and games for kids. The Ossining Annual Fire Department Parade is set for Friday, August 7th, starting at 7 p.m. Parade route will begin at Roosevelt Square and Pleasantville Road and Croton Avenue and proceed down Croton Avenue, cross Route 9, down Main Street to the waterfront. Get out there early and enjoy a spot. Enjoy the parade. On August 15th, the Back to School Summer Festival will be running from 12 to 4 p.m. at Nelson Park. This event is a collaboration between the Star of Bethlehem, First Baptist Church, and the Ossining Youth Bureau and the Kindle community. The event is an amazing showing of the strength of community coming together. There will be school supplies, sneaker giveaways, free food, arts and crafts, games, and basketball and soccer tournaments. If you would like to help sponsor this event, and reach out to the Star of Bethlehem Church. Eligible moderate income households may qualify for monthly utility bill discounts. New York State Expanded Energy Affordability Program. Learn more, nye.com/program. Jazz at the Lodge continues every Thursday evening. Visit jazzathelodge.com for the performance schedule and additional details. Sustainable Westchester reminds residents that its free grid rewards program allows participants to earn incentives by reducing electricity during periods of. Additional information is available at westchester.org. Neighbors Link provide valuable services and trusted resources for our immigrant community, including the Know Your Rights webinars offered in both English and Spanish. Residents can find information for trusted local professionals by visiting the neighborslink.org. The Ossining Public Library continues to offer outstanding educational, cultural, and family programming throughout the year. For the latest calendar of events, the library's website or follow its Loft LGBTQ+ Community Center offers a wide range of programming, support groups, educational opportunities, and community resources for the LGBT individuals and families. For more information, visit loftgaycenter.org. And always, there are many more exciting events taking place in our community than we have time to mention. I encourage everyone to visit the supervisor's update on the supervisor's webpage to stay informed about upcoming events, programs, and opportunities throughout the town of Ossining. Thank you.
Thank you. At this point, I'm going to ask for a motion to go into work session for a discussion of local law regulating drones.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Want me to jump in or do you?
Well, yeah, go ahead.
So it was brought to our attention by the town clerk, who is also the village clerk, that certain individuals were looking for permits or the permitting process related to an unmanned aircraft system.
Kirsty, can you bring the microphone closer to you?
Sorry. More commonly known as drones. Village already has a local law on the books. And because we're a clerk's office, which will be administering the program as well, or the permitting process, as well as a police department that will be enforcing it, it was determined by the board to explore adopting a local law that in order to be consistent in terms of administration and enforcement, while also creating a permitting process that there are some controls in place, because right now there's no prohibitions, there's no permitting process, et cetera. So now the public will be required to be more proactive in reaching out to the town and the clerk's office when they intend to use drones. So what you're looking at and what was circulated, posted on the website with the agenda is relatively a mirror image of what the village's law has. So again, we're talking about unmanned aircraft systems. So there are certain general prohibitions, including encroaching upon another person's property, which is obviously a challenge when you're dealing with drones because they can fly overhead. The distance they can be from the ground, the distance they can be from other types of airborne devices that could cause a challenge. Not being within the limitations of a school or house of worship or government building without express written consent. Dropping items, being manned when someone's under the influence of any sort of controlled substance, and under certain weather conditions when it wouldn't be safe, if the drone could become uncontrollable, potentially drop. It does require that a permit be required in the village. That's done under the village manager. So the comparable official here would be the town supervisor, but the town clerk was already working on preparing a permit application under the village's code. So it would be a pretty pro forma process that the town supervisor would apply. I think this is a little bit different than filming. The standards are less discretionary. It's more of a strict permit where if you comply with the conditions, get the permit. There's less in terms of, I believe, any sort of mitigating circumstances, right? Like, there's no real anticipated negative effects as long as they comply with the conditions. And it's really just stating basic information, contact information of the person, the planned activity, what they intend to do, if there's going to be any photography, videography, the pilot's name, whether it's for recreational or commercial use, the area where it's going to be going, and then the times that it'll be happening. So it's anticipated to be less impactful than a filming permit, where, we talked a lot about what the different standards would be, what the different conditions could be on the permit, and stuff like that. There are insurance requirements, which also mirror what the village has on the books. And then there are duties of conduct of the permittee. There are certain exceptions. It doesn't apply to law enforcement, educational activities, and anyone operating under any sort of municipal authority, whether that's at the federal, state, or local level.
Are
The
they,
enf-
sorry, go ahead.
The enforcement will be by the police department, as I mentioned earlier. And then there's penalties for offenses, which is for the first offense, meaning, you're not getting the permit or you're violating under circumstances where under these rules, a permit, you're not allowed to be operating, which is between $500 and $1,000, or imprisonment not exceeding 15 days. For a second offense, between $1,000 and $2,000. Again, with the offense, with jail time not exceeding 15 days, with the understanding that we always include that in the laws, but it is highly, highly unlikely that anyone would ever face him for a violation of this. And then for a third offense, between $2,000 and $4,000 fine, with imprisonment of potentially up to 15 days. So that's pretty much it. Advisor, you had a question?
Is the insurance requirement, is that a general liability or is it naming the fatality?
And it names the town.
I'm just wondering, waterfront, which is where we have at least 50% of our west, they name the town, the village, or both,
Um,
owned by the
The-
town.
what I will say is the village didn't put the town in their law. So, I mean, if you want to be nice, we can certainly amend it to put the village in our law.
I'm just saying anybody who wants to film at the waterfront may to have a conversation with both municipalities.
And so that would be covered by the village's law.
Okay, so they would go to the village because it's within the village,
Yes.
even
because
though it's on town
this
property.
this covers the village's law covers village property and property within the village.
Okay,
This law covers town property, meaning the unincorporated town, as well as property owned by the town.
so they need both.
Yes.
Question, is there a distinction for individual and commercial use? Or all the same?
I think that probably comes more into play, which would be the next step if the board decides to move forward, because there is a resolution on your agenda tonight, eventually call for a public hearing to be held in August. It's would be more aligned to the fees, something we saw when we did the film permit. But both are permitted and both require permits.
I do think it's important, or for clarity's sake, try to mirror what the village. I know we don't always agree with all of the same levels that the village has, but especially when we're sharing the most popular site, it probably, for clarity's sake, and clerk who has to administer both, is best to just mirror already has. If we get a lot of feedback on during our local law, maybe they would process too, but I'm interested to hear the feedback, but it really makes the most sense for clarity to have the.
Chrissy, I was just wondering, like, where does the media play into? If you have an incident, are they part of the exemption list? Are they state authorized to use?
The media?
Yeah, like say news comes.
Use
In,
12.
are they exempt? That section?
Law enforcement, fire department activities, educational activities, or where same is authorized by license or permit under the laws of the United States of America, state of New York, or any function of any department of the town of Ossining. No, not be exempt.
You speak into the mic.
Usually when there's an incident, they will come in and use drones if we ever had it. I was just wondering what theirs.
They would be required to get a permit.
Unless they're authorized by them.
I mean, sure, yes. That's what the
Probably
law
it's
says. I don't know under what circumstances that would happen. But yeah, if they had some sort of licensing to be filming, if they were a run news agency, I don't know of any of those, but
the ones that if they were get into their own. But
Oh.
let's see how it works out.
well, if they're like
Alternately, our law enforcement might not want drones over their scenes. So
Well, we'll see
could
how it
go
plays
either
out.
way.
Yeah. See how it plays.
or where the same is authorized by license or permit under the laws and regulations, again, of the US, the state, or any functioning department of the town. So I read that and I can certainly clarify it to mean licensed to operate drones. So someone would have to give them that authorization. I'm not aware of the practice under which the state does that or the federal government. Obviously, we're having this conversation because right now town doesn't. But I think it's intended more to be for law enforcement department activities, educational activities. If the town wanted to bring someone in, for say the River Jam series, and have your own full film, like film via drone, that would be exempt. But I think that's more of what we're talking.
Get something on the books and then we'll go.
Yeah, that's the thing. We can always amend as appropriate.
And it's possible that these agencies have some sort of section in the New York State Code are allowed to.
Well, it's certainly regulated, and that's stated in the law, up at the very top, that that it's regulated under Federal Aviation Administration regulations. So we're certainly not trying to supersede those regulations, coordinate anything that's already being done at the federal and potentially if they exist at the state level.
Public hearing.
Well, later in your agenda,
Yeah,
you're going to
later
have
in
a
the agenda.
resolution to call for the public hearing at your August 11th.
And see
meeting.
what feedback we get.
Thank you. Do you have a motion to go back to the regular meeting?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Public comments on agenda items. Visitors are called to one forum and the opportunity to address the board on any of the resolutions on the agenda. Not seeing anybody in the public. Is there anybody online? No. Board resolutions, approval of minutes, June 14, 2026. Resolved that the Town Borough Town of Ossining hereby approves the June 14, 2026 minutes of the regular meeting as presented. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of voucher detail report. Resolved that the Town Borough Town of Ossining hereby approves the voucher detail report dated July 28, 2026 in the amount of 291,098.68. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Favor?
Aye.
Calling for public hearing, local law regulating drones. Be resolved that the town board hereby calls for a public hearing to be held on August 11, 2026 at 7:30 p.m. at the Bristol Vaughan Police Court Facility, 8688 Spring Street, Austin, New York, 10562, and via Zoom video conference, in which information will be available at the Town of Austin website to consider a local law regulating drones in the Town of Austin. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Call for public hearing, proposed design upgrades to the Luge Angle Park, Waterfront Park Performance Stage. Be resolved that the town board hereby calls for a public hearing to be held on August 11, 2026 at 7:30 p.m. at the Bristol Vaughan Police Court Facility, 8688 Spring Street, Austin, New York, 10562, and via Zoom conferencing, which information will be available at the Town of Austin website. To consider public feedback on the proposed design upgrades to the Luge Angle Waterfront Park Performance Stage. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution E as amended, no, never mind. Apologize, not that resolution. Resolution Daniel G. Bisoletti, PC, be resolved. The town board hereby retains Daniel G. Bisoletti, PC, to serve as counsel of record for the town of Ossining and all the town's respondents in the matter of the Sapphire HC Realty LLC, Westchester County Supreme Court Index Numbers 62860 of 2021, 6569 of 2022, 67656 of 2023, 70596 2024, 70862 2025, and before the resolve that the town board authorizes the supervisor and any other appropriate town personnel to execute any documentation and take any action necessary to facilitate the representation. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Proposal Joseph A. Lisi, PCP, PEPC. Be resolved that the town board accepts the proposal from Joseph A. Lacey PEPC from Engineering, Designing, and Constructions Administration Service for the mechanical specification and permit plan work scope for the boiler and steam trap installation at the Highway Department. Have a motion.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Finance Audit Town of Ossining 2025. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Ossining hereby acknowledge that in accordance with Section 35 of the General Municipal Law, the 2025 audits to the Town of Ossining final statements and supplementary information and 2025 statement of cash received, disbursement, and cash balances for the town Justin Court have been distributed to and review by the town board, and said report shall be on file with the office of the town clerk. To have a motion.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution H as amended, approving the submission of grant application for New York Kicks, whereas the town of Ossining is committed to seek funding opportunities that support and enhance community development, infrastructure, and municipal service, and whereas the New York Kicks is available through the New York Empire State Development to provide financial assistance for projects that support the creation, expansion, and enhance of community soccer field for young and players of ages across the New York State. And whereas the town of Ossining will request funding from the Gillage Park file lining project, and the request amount not to exceed $200,000 and provide a match of 50% up to $200,000. And whereas the town board of the town of Ossining has determined that they apply for this grant in the best interest of the town and its residents, and it's aligned with the town of Ossining's strategic goals and objectives. And now therefore be resolved that the town board of the town of Ossining hereby authorizes and approves the submission of the New York Kicks grant application to the New York State Environment State Development for the purpose of securing funding for the Gillette Park field lining for the town of Ossining. And V, further resolved that the town of Ossining will request up to $200,000 and provide a match of 50%. And V, further resolved that the town supervisor Elizabeth Feldman and or her designee is authorized to execute any of necessary documents related to the submission of the grant application and to take all the necessary actions to effectuate the intent of this resolution. And before the resolve that this resolution shall take effect immediately on this 28th day of July 2026. To have a motion.
So moved as amended.
Thank you.
All in favor as amended?
Aye, as amended.
Finance 2026 capital project number 2026-5270, 2026 is street paving and curves highway. Resolved that the town board of town of Ossining authorizes opening a 2026 capital project number 2026-5270 entitled 2026 street paving and curves for the town highway department with a project budget of $175,000 for Wiltier Lane. The project will be funded from the New York State Department of Transportation grant funding of $125,000 and a transfer from the highway fund balance of $50,000. Chart will be available at the 16 Crown Avenue, the clerk's office, and the bulletin board. Do have motion.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Monthly report. Resolved that the town board of town of Ossining hereby accepts the following monthly reports for the month of June 2026. Town clerk. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Favor?
Aye.
Visitor recognition. Visitors shall be accorded to 1 4-minute opportunity to address the board on issues not related to the agenda but the relevance to the common good of the town. Not seeing anybody online. Not seeing anybody in public? Is there anybody online? Do I have a motion to adjourn to executive session for advice of council personnel and pending litigation?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for joining us this rainy evening. That 9A is currently flooding, so check your Waze or map before you head out that way at Ryder Road. The DOT was out there working, so it may be resolved already. Anytime we have a heavy rain, please check the area at Ryder Road, on Route 9A. Make sure it's not flooding and you don't get stuck. And everybody well in this latest round of wonderful thunderstorms, and have a good evening.